Hello, thank you for joining me. So a friend of mine, who I'm going to call Helen, was walking to work the other day, and a van pulled up ahead of her, and she expected it to be a delivery, as that's seemingly half the traffic on the roads these days. But she was really surprised when five people got out the back of it. She was then quite shocked when she followed them to her place of work, and recognised the five people as new contractors who had started the day before. She was obviously really concerned, and when she really looked at them, then recognised that they appeared nervous, even frightened, and they weren't making eye contact with anybody. So she said good morning to them, but they didn't respond. Now, she told me she felt really uneasy about it and about the whole thing, but she wasn't sure what to do about it. So she decided to go and speak to them. And she told me that when she approached the group, apparently they're always together. One of them told her that they'd been told not to speak to anybody who actually worked in her place of work. Now, this really started to set alarm bells ringing, as you can imagine, for Helen. So she shared her concerns with her manager, and apparently he initially tried to reassure her that all the proper procurement checks had been done, and that it should all be fine. But then he also admitted that whilst the business owners that had come in had come across really well, the contractors themselves looked exhausted. So they therefore decided to call the Modern Slavery Helpline and report their concerns. Now, I don't really know Helen, and I've taken that story from our modern day slavery course. However, sadly, this story is very real. According to antislavery.org, 40 million people are estimated to be trapped in modern slavery worldwide, and 1 in 4 of them are children. Over 10,000 people were identified as potential victims by the authorities in the UK in 2019, but this figure is thought to be grossly underestimated. This problem is wider spread than we perhaps see. We recently heard Samo Farah sadly revealing that he'd been a victim of child trafficking. Personally, I'm proud that my uncle was the chairman of the charity Anti-Slavery International, who are one of a number of organisations dedicated to eliminating all forms of slavery and slavery-like processes throughout the world. The more awareness we have of this issue, the more we can do to help. I hope you remember Helen's story and take action if you see anything that concerns you. At On Track Learning, we use storytelling in our online courses as we believe that it makes the learning more digestible, more memorable, and therefore more likely to be applied rather than just hearing about the law. Helen and her boss Steve appear in a number of courses, as do other characters like Shanice and a number of others. And because they're ordinary people going about their work, they put the learning into context and make it relatable. Thanks very much for listening.